Finally. Yeesh. What's going on, everyone? Welcome again to the God Fearing Podcast. I am your host, Robert V. And look, we made it. We made it, man. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I remember I started saying that we would be doing this back in like July, August time frame, which is like it's September, about to be October, But better late than never. And this is the set, man, right here. This is this is everything that I could have dreamed of, everything I had visioned, and even more. Just because it turned out even better than I thought it could ever turned out. And there's a few things that we're gonna fix up here, but other than that, like this is it, man. This is the set. This is the home for God fearing right here, and I can't wait to really show y'all like the next steps of what's gonna happen with all these people that are gonna come in. The topics that we're gonna cover, the just everything and anything that we can put in, put out that you guys want to hear from me, that hear from our guests that are gonna come in. We're gonna be talking about so many things, such as what it means to be a man of God, community, anything biblical, dating, relationships, things like that that I feel are very beneficial to us as young adults, and because that's the whole dream of this, right? So I started this because I wanted to help young adults, just like myself, just like whoever is watching that is a young adult, to help them, in this journey, in this process, to better themselves, right? To better themselves in community, to better themselves in the scriptures, and anything godly, that can help us to reach more people, help us internally within ourselves to just be better, right? Within Jesus, within God, within all of this community, within all of everything that we can think of to make ourselves better through Christ. This is the whole idea. Now, the entire behind it, though, is of course geared towards more young adults. Geared towards more of the young adult people, but of course it's for everybody, right? But that's just because I'm a young adult, and this is what I feel that it is my calling right now, is to help young men, young women right now. And obviously, because I'm not an adult, right? So I'm not gonna come up here and talk about topics. I'm not gonna be talking about what it's like to raise kids, because I don't have kids. I'm not gonna be up here and talk about like, what it's like to be married, for 10 years, right? Because I'm not married, right? But with things that we can talk about, that I know have people that will be experienced in those areas, right? In terms of marriage, dating, um, being in the Word longer than I have, being pretty much deferring to people's expertise, while also myself learning, but also giving you guys encouragement, giving you guys words of wisdom to learn, to be able to have a vision for your own life, see how God can affect you, God can affect your families, your future, things like that. That whatever area I can, talk about, and anything I can talk about that will help to be beneficial to your life, to my life, and be an even better podcast than I can dream of, which is the entire goal of this, right? Be the best version that I can be, because this is what I believe God has called me to do right now, right? So that's the whole vision, right? Now, within that, of course, there is going to be some topics that we might not feel comfortable to talk about um, in a Christian setting, and that's okay, right? Because we're going to keep it 100 here. We're going to keep it real. This is not something that's going to be censored. It's not something that's going to, maybe, oh, I don't feel comfortable about that. No, we're going to talk about anything and everything. And obviously, of course, if it's appropriate, and, it's within community, and anything topic of religion and Christianity that can help us to learn more and grow more, is going to be 100% on here. And of course, you guys can drop a comment. You guys can directly DM me, whatever you guys want. If you guys want me to talk about a certain topic that you guys feel should be covered, or maybe even someone that you guys think I should have on here, that of course was within my reach, obviously. But whatever it is that you feel I can talk about, that you would want me to talk about, just drop it, shoot it, DM it, comment, whatever it is. Let me know. I'll uh, I'll be more than happy to cover anything right now. Obviously, because we're a small channel, so I can really talk about anything that you guys would want me to with your suggestions, right? Because of course, I also want those suggestions because it's also gonna help me get better ideas and get better traction and help myself to be able to even think and grow more within all of this, right? So of course, anything you guys want me to talk about, y'all let me know. I'll be more than happy to drop it in the podcast. And yeah, man. So this is a set, man. Like, so we were waiting for a lot of this for a while, weren't we, Darnell? We were waiting for this for a while. It took about a month, and why? Well, it just took long. But thank God that it's in here now. And of course, we got these blue couches that I like right here. Um, this is I like the color blue, so I thought blue was good. And not to mention, I think it also fit with the logo, with the color, and then also we got the black rug down here, which I think looks which matches really really good with the entire color scheme. And then the black rug, and then we got the gray coffee table right here that I picked out myself personally because I wanted a different color of set of coffee table because you know how usually they're mostly brown, but I wanted something gray, which I really enjoyed. And then of course we got uh, the boom stands with the mics and everything, and Darnell works his magic with the audio and everything, so that's pretty cool. And up here, the vision up here is to eventually have something for the logo, have different decorations, things like that, that'll make it look more fuller and not as empty, so to speak. But for now, this is how we're gonna have it until we keep upgrading, we keep going, and we continue to grow as a channel and as a podcast. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to continue this because, guys, I have so many ideas in my head that I cannot wait to share with y'all, that I cannot wait for y'all to hear. And it's gonna be good because you know I remember when I had this vision for it, right? It was back in February of this year, and it's September, about to be October, and this is where it's actually becoming reality. It's becoming reality. I know, uh, a lot of people. And this is where I really take this to heart, right? The scripture says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no," and to me, that's very important. That's very very important, because without it, if you're not a person of your word, a man or woman of your word, then people aren't going to take you seriously, right? And I remember back in the day, back in February, I was telling people that this was something that I had thought about doing, that I had believed that God put in my heart to do. Uh, and fast forward, it's here now. Fast forward, it's here now. It took some time, obviously, but good things take time, and this is something that has blown my mind away, and I just couldn't. I was even when me and Darnell were taking this apart and putting it all together. I literally was like, I even told him, I was like, man, I can't believe we're actually doing this. I can't believe we're actually doing this. Like, we were talking about it, doing things. We'd made the previous videos and everything like that. But to see the entire set just the way it is, and to see what it can become even more, I just couldn't believe it, man. I was just like, wow, like this actually looks good. This actually looks pretty good. And it's not just something that well, I don't know what to say, what to do. Let's just do this and do that, and let's see. You know what I mean? But actually, I took my time. Darnell took his time to really help put this all together. And see, he gave me suggestions on the colors. He gave me suggestions on what to do, where to put it. What side of the studio to use. Everything, man. But like even looking at it now in the camera and just looking at the entire set, like I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Because even through other podcasts and stuff, like you see their sets, right? You see how they have it, and it looks nice, man. It looks really really nice, and that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, and thank God for it, man, because He gave me that vision, that dream, and little by little it's becoming into reality. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that the work stops now. No, the work just keeps going up even more. It just keeps going up even more, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. We're going to be more consistent in putting out more videos. Um, Reason for it is because we've had some stuff that have preoccupied us. But my goal is to put out at least one video once a week, starting off, right? Starting off, and then eventually, one of the things that I do really want to get into is putting out reels and stuff like that, and making more reels that can, I can share short clips on my Instagram, I can share short clips on YouTube, and things like that that will help the platform grow, which is the entire idea, right, behind it. And eventually, guys, like there is, besides the podcast, there's something much, much bigger that I really want to do eventually. And one day I'll share it with you guys. I don't think it's the best time to really put it out there right now. But I do eventually have an even bigger dream than this, which is going to be even crazier. But that is down the line. That was way down the line. But until then, eventually, have you guys seen me wearing these shirts all the time? These are the God-fearing shirts that I made myself personally. Of course, I designed the logo, and then in the back, I have God-fearing in the back. But eventually, I do want to sell some merchandise. Eventually, whether it's T-shirts, whether it's sweatpants, things like that I could eventually do. But of course, that's within time. That's within as the podcast continues to grow. That is something. If you guys want it, you guys give it to me. I'm more than happy to make shirts. One of the things I really want to do is make gym shirts because I work out. I have my own tank top, and I actually really like how it looks. That's just me. I really like how it looks, but not to be biased, right? But I really like how it looks because it really shows, it also brings a lot of people to start talking about it. Like, oh, what's that lion? Where's it from? You know what I mean? Like, start, and then I can get people into conversations, about, God and what it means to be Christians and just the entire perspective, and even bring the podcast into light, like so many things that that could happen, right? So eventually I do want to start doing that one of these days. Y'all let me know. My goal is maybe towards the beginning of next year to start doing something like this. But if you guys want these T-shirts sooner, if you guys want things like that sooner, then y'all let me know. I'm more than willing to do this, spread the message, get the word out there about the podcast, about what it means to be God-fearing, what it's going to take for us to grow and continue to eventually be a great, great podcast. Because I have prayed, guys, that, God will give this, and not because of me, but because of Him, right? For His glory, for this to grow and to be something really, really great one day that I really have dreamed of, and I can't wait to see where this goes, right? And, obviously, if I affect one person, that's enough, right? That's enough. But if I'm being honest, I do want this to become something great, We serve a great God. We serve a big God. So I want this to be great, I want this is going to have my full attention, and I want it to grow as much as it can grow, whatever that is. I can't wait to see how we grow from here where we are now to even bigger one day, a few years down the line, even a few months down the line, and yeah, I'm just so excited, man. Like, I really cannot wait to do this even more. And of course, Darnell does his wonderful magic right back there, and eventually I'll have him on so we can talk about how we discussed doing this and how this all came together, and just a little story about it, which I think will be really, really cool one of these days, obviously with his approval. But yeah, so it'll be good. And one of the things that I firmly believe is very important to all of us is there's a lot of stuff that we can hear out there, whether it's music, whether it's other podcasting, whether it's celebrities. But I think right now in our current culture, in our current community, which is really what inspired me to do this, is especially for us Christians, right? Because it's a Christian podcast. It's based off God-fearing, right? One of the most important things that I've really learned up to heart is being very vigilant and being very careful of who and what you're listening to, who you are letting into your life, right? So this is also something that I want people to hear that will speak life into them, speak life into other people, encourage people to be able to have a better understanding of the scripture, have a better understanding on godliness, things like that, simple things that we can do to just be better, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to stay where you are. You want to stay where you're gonna be, right? You're gonna be better, right? I tell this to a lot of people, man. Like, and I take this to heart because it's helped me, right? Helped me grow. If you want to stay the same person that you are right now and not grow, then just keep doing what you're doing. Because nothing's gonna change, right? Nothing's gonna change. But as Christians, we are called to be better. We are called to stand out. We are called to faith, right? And especially in today's age, man, where some of the stuff that I be hearing, that I be watching, that I just like we've kind of gone out of the water with in terms of like our our faith, right? Like especially not being accepted and everything, but it really helps to get a perspective on the Christian side of it, and also just be open about it, right? Because a lot of people are afraid of, especially Christians, are afraid of the topics that we'll cover on here, which uh, I'm assuming most of you guys know the things that we will be talking about, especially now in 2023, right? Where it's literally confusing people and confusing kids too, like what all this means, to be in faith and to be in identity and things like that. We won't get into it, but just a little sneak peek of things that is to come, right? And I can't wait to show y'all. I do want to tell y'all, my first guest is going to be someone who has helped me throughout this entire journey. He's one of my mentors, and he has been one of the best of lights to my journey, to my leadership, to my me being steward, to learn more. And we're gonna talk about two or three topics that I personally myself was confused about, that I struggled with, that he helped me to get out of, because of his mentorship, because of his leadership, and because of him just being a good friend, that he helped me to be able to do this. And you guys will see him soon. He's gonna be my first guest, and I can't wait to y'all to hear him because he has an incredible testimony as well. He has an incredible testimony, and I cannot wait to show y'all what he is gonna bring to this, what he's gonna add to you, what he added to me, And obviously, I have a great sense of how this is going to affect so many people, guys. And of course, y'all support me. Just give me a like, give me a comment. Subscribe to the channel. That's gonna help me to bring all of this right here. This is gonna bring this to so many more people. That's gonna help this portion of my life be shown through this, through other people, because obviously, now with this being a platform, it's gonna open a lot of areas that a lot of people maybe haven't seen about me, a lot of people that are going to change, that are going to, even if people don't, necessarily change, right? But if we can plant a seed, if we can plant a small seed into what it's going to be like as a Christian, if we can plant that seed, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily people have to change right away, right? But if we can plant that seed, and you sow into this, this channel and everything, if we can plant the seed for a person to one day maybe consider, giving their entire life to Christ, then praise God. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, right? That's what it takes. If we can do that, then that can affect so many more people. And of course, that's the goal, right? For it to affect hundreds of people one day. And with this is what the dream is. This is what the vision is. For this to affect more people and to be able to have that seed planted, and for one day, whenever it is, a few months down the line, years down the line, before someone passes away, if this can help the seed help it grow God's community, grow this godly community, then I am fully satisfied. I am fully satisfied, and that is the entire idea behind this, behind the entire podcast. And like I said, back in February, I just had this recurring theme of like this thing in my head where it's just like, podcast, podcast, podcast. If you watch the first episode, you'll see what I mean. And because of it, I this is where it all started, And finally, the vision is becoming a reality, and I am so happy to say that um, this is we're building something here. This is where it's gonna keep starting. This is where we're gonna keep growing, and I myself, I know I'm gonna grow. I know, Darnell can probably tell you he'll grow from this because we're all gonna learn more and more, and I cannot wait, man. Like my level of excitement is through the roof. You guys have, this is gonna be amazing, amazing. So yeah, guys, this is the entire setup right here. Of course, like I said, we're gonna add a few more things on there, but for now, this is how we have it. And eventually, I want to have, people that even if people like, for example, someone that isn't new to the faith or isn't in the faith, but I can have them on, and then maybe see their perspective, see what they've done, what they think, and I can bring them or help them to maybe come to Christ or at least plant that seed, like I was saying earlier. Then that's the goal, right? Eventually, I want to grow myself more in my word and my faith, where I can have even like debates and stuff. That's gonna be awesome. One day, there's some things that I definitely can debate, but I'm not expert. I'm not the most expert in every area, right? But of course, like I said, eventually we can get there, right? And we can do that one day if y'all would want to, have debates and stuff like that with other people, which I think would be very, very beneficial to not just, a Christian platform, but to any platform, right? They're just like, because, how our world has become, right? Where it's just like, people are very, very at odds with who they are, at odds with the society and where we're at. And I myself live in the United States, here in Texas. And and we have a lot of confusion that is stirring a lot of hearts, and it's really sad to see, But like I said, with those little things that we can help ourselves, help people, then let's do it. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. I have a vision for it, and eventually it might open the doors to more things, more people, more community. It might open the door to, things that we can never dream of, right? And I can't wait to take y'all through this journey, and you come with me, right? It's going to be so cool, and I can't wait to see, next year, September 29th of 2024, where we're going to be, This is going to continue to keep growing, and let's see, man. Let's see what God does. Let's let God do his thing. Let's help others, have faith in Jesus. Let's let others become a better version of themselves, and let's ourselves become a better version of themselves. And I can't wait for y'all to see the evolution of this, the growth in this, and how much more it can become. But with all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I know this isn't, a video of like a topic or anything like that, but this is just, I want to show you all the set of all of this, of where we're at, how we're doing, things like that, because I did promise, I did say that we were going to eventually have this set, right? And here it is. Here's a set so y'all can see. I can't wait to see where it grows. Maybe we might need another couch one day. I don't know. I don't know. But until then, this is what we're working with. I am very, very proud of what we have, what we've achieved. Thank you, of course, to Darnell. He's the best. And yeah, man, like there's a room for at least 2 more people on this side. So maybe even more, maybe even 3. But of course, we have to get another mic. But for now, the goal is to at least have one guest, and eventually even like a dating thing. Maybe we could have 2, a girl, a guy, things like that. Little things like that. Maybe we can have Maybe even I can just be like a moderator, like maybe you'd have two people debate and I could just be the moderator. I don't know. The sky's the limit with this. The sky's the limit with this. But yeah, guys, this is it, man. Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and let's keep growing, man. Let's become God fearing, and let's let this channel grow, and let's see where God takes us from here. All right, love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.